Greetings, everybody! T-Prar once again. Competition can be rather dangerous. That is to say, the drive to win at all costs and a dislike of losing can bring out the worst in some people. That's not to say there's anything wrong with getting excited over a game or a sport. Far from it. The point is to remember to keep a healthy attitude of sportsmanship about it while playing, and whether you win or lose. And to remember that, at the end of the day, it's just a game. Otherwise, we have poor winners and sore losers. The most striking examples we've seen of such in this show have come from Applejack and Rainbow Dash, two of the most hot-blooded sports ponies in Equestria. They're extremely competitive with each other, and their drive to one-up each other often leads to problems not just for themselves, but for anyone unfortunate enough to be caught in the middle of their feud, like the young Six. But we're not here to talk about those two, even though they do appear in this episode. No, instead, we're talking about Her Studiousness, Twilight Sparkle. Today, we'll see how her overzealous desire to win a trivia competition overrides her better judgment at the expense of her innocent trivia partner, Pinkie Pie. Without further ado, let's jump right into Season 9, Episode 16, A Trivial Pursuit. It's been a while since I've seen a title so apt. Let's get to it! Hello, Spike.
Okay, Spike. You know you might get distracted by the stacks of books and copious charts, so remember what to say. Twilight, I know you're in full prep mode for Trivia Trot tomorrow, but you need to get some sleep. Huh, nice work. You got this.
Firm, decisive, and assertive. Fluttershy would be proud, little buddy. Also, seeing him talking to his reflection while wearing a nightcap and a nightshirt just reminds me of Pooh Bear doing the same in a blustery day. Empty.
This is weird.
Hello, Twi.
What are you doing?
Great question, Spike. And the answer is... going to bed. Brains need 8 hours of sleep to perform at optimum levels.
Where do I start with how adorkable Twilight's being right now? Her answering everything as though it's a trivia question? Or the fact she's apparently the type who wears an old t-shirt for pajamas. And a rather ragged vinyl scratch one at that.
Oh, cool. I thought I'd have to force you to go to bed since tomorrow is your chance to be the first pony to win Ponyville Trivia 3 times in a row. That is
Thanks for the
tomorrow,
exposition,
The
kiddo.
answer is yes. Ask me another one.
Another what?
Another question. I want to stay in the zone. That way I can sleep in the zone, wake up in the zone, and be totally in the zone tomorrow.
Okay, Your Studiousness. Here's a double-barrel one for you. And I'll even answer for you. Are you going to let this trivia contest go to your head and make you so obsessed with getting that perfect win streak that you go crazy and snub one of your best friends? And will result in more meme faces that can be reasonably tracked? The answer is... yes and yes.
This is a whole new level of twilighting, isn't it?
The answer
At
is...
least it's for something she's happy about this
The
time.
answer is yes.
Well, good night, Twilight. Good luck with your brain sleep and getting that third win.
The answer is... good night and yes.
That wasn't a question.
Don't worry about it, Spike. Just go to bed.
I'm glad you decided to come watch your first trivia trot, Spike. I hope the rules aren't too confusing.
Rules?
And there's
Isn't
more than
trivia
one would
just asking
think.
questions and answering them?
The trot is a little more involved than that. Let's start with the first category of rules.
Now
Category
you've
rule
done
one.
it, Spike.
Each category must be categorically designated and thoroughly researched in all categorical participating in
30
trivia trot.
minutes
And
later.
that wraps up Rule 41.6. Of course, the exception to that, 41.6a, is interesting itself because...
Oh, look, we're here.
What fortuitous timing!
Ooh, I can't wait to see who my partner's gonna be.
Oh, just you wait.
Rule 20.16b, Spike. To keep things fair, the teams are randomly selected.
Fair, but also risky.
How could I forget?
And based on the regular attendees, I've charted every potential teammate's strengths and weaknesses, plus my percentage of winning with each one.
Yeah, but you forgot to factor in one thing, Twy. The unexpected. And we all know what happens when you're forced to deal with the unexpected. I have to admire your statistical calculating, but your hubris will be your undoing.
Ha! I knew there'd be a chart.
He knows you well.
I don't think I could handle being your teammate. What if I let you down?
You can never let me down, Spike, but I'm glad you're watching too. I'm gonna need all the support I can get for win number 3.
'Cause everything's better in threes.
Well, well, well. If it
Hello,
ain't
Applejack.
reigning champ. Think you can win again this week, Twilight?
Every pony here has a different area of expertise, so it really is any pony's game.
You never know who could win.
Yes! Then you better hope you get paired with me, because
Hello,
I'm
Dash.
gonna rule this game!
We'll just see about that. I didn't
Hello,
come all the way from
Sunburst.
the Crystal Empire to lose. And I hope you realize I have the highest percentage of correct answers, and I aim to keep it that way.
Ooh, someone's
You realize
confident.
Not every category is gonna be spells so old not even Star's World the Bearded remembers them. I hope there's one on fur maintenance for adorable creatures.
Hello, Fluttershy.
Brushing up.
Adorable pun.
Technically, that was a category last week.
Hello, Maud. Mudbriar.
Rule 37.2c. No back-to-back categories. But I think Fluttershy was joking. Sure sounded like a joke to me.
Hello, Pinkie.
Pinkie Pie, present!
And accounted for.
What's wrong, Twilight?
I hadn't anticipated Pinkie Pie as a potential player. She's never played before. My chart is completely off. I have no way to predict what'll happen, and unpredictable is not good for Trivia Trot 3-peat.
Do I have to do that thing where I list all your successes as Princess of Friendship to put things into perspective and remind you this is just a game?
Thank you, Spike. It's always a comfort seeing you being the voice of reason when Twy's over-exaggerating things. It's a lot better than seeing you just being used for slapstick, that's for sure.
Spike! This has nothing to do with being the Princess of Friendship, and this is not just a game. This is Trivia Trot!
With all due respect, Your Studiousness, you're missing the point. Spike's trying to say that a winning streak in a trivia contest is practically microscopic compared to all your other accomplishments. You have much to be proud of. Being a princess, an equestrian hero, and a powerful magic user, having many wonderful friends, helping former villains turn over a new leaf, and starting a school promoting friendship for more than just ponies. While it would be nice to have an unblemished win record, you were forced to learn this very season that perfection is an impossible pursuit. So no matter how much serious business Trivia Trot is, it's not worth blowing a gasket over. Nor is it worth the behavior we're about to see from you.
Okay, settle down, every pony. I'm fixing to pick these hair teams.
Trivia Judge Granny Smith presiding.
Starting! I have to reevaluate my chart. Spike, I need you to find the part on matchups. Can you look outside?
Didn't give much of a choice. All done.
What'd I miss?
Granny's about to call out the 5th team. Sunburst gave me the highest chance of winning, but he's been paired with Cranky Doodle.
Not the most ideal partner.
At least Rainbow Dash and Applejack aren't together. Team Apple Dash is basically unstoppable.
As is their obsession with beating each other.
And apart, they'll spend all their energy trying to one-up each other, so that only helps my chances.
Let's do this! Yeah!
Another interesting
Seen as a
matchup.
threat, but there aren't many ponies left.
Alrighty, hold on to your horseshoes. Cause the next pair of players is Maud and Mudbriar.
Who would have thunk?
What's wrong?
Trot and Mudbriar have been paired together every week. It's a statistical improbability, which would be fine if they weren't so good.
That's just the power of their bond, Twy.
Oh no! According to my calculations, the only pony who could really threaten my winning streak is...
The new challenger.
The final pair of contestants for this week's trivia trot is Twilight and Pinkie Pie.
As Twy feared.
It's you and me! Isn't that great? Yeah! Great!
It's great if you just want to have a fun time. But since you're paired with someone who's dreading being partners with you, I think you're in for the opposite, Pinks. Which begs the question, depending on how long these trivia trots have been going on, what made you want to join only now? Beyond narratively contrived inconvenience for Twilight, that is.
So, I'm guessing the one pony who could mess up your winning streak is Pinkie.
Right in one, Spike.
For a game! I love games! And I'm super duper excited for this game because it'll be my first time ever playing and I get to play it with you, which makes it even funner!
Bless your enthusiasm, Pinks.
Ooh, we can be Team Twinkie! Or Team Pink like Sparkle Pie! No! Twy Pie!
That's an actual ship name for these
I'm
two.
glad you're excited. But tonight's game is special. I could be the first pony ever to win 3 consecutive trots in a row. And I'm really hoping I do. You don't have anything to worry about. I'll do everything I can to be the bestest and most funnest teammate ever.
It's sweet how eager you are to be paired up with Twilight, Pinkie. Now you want to help her win. But maybe you should have attended a previous trivia trot before jumping in. Or at least have an understanding of how it works. That way, even if you don't win, you'd still be a good teammate for Twy, and maybe give her less reason to be stressed. It's the fact you've never attended one of these before that's throwing her mental state of calm out the window.
So, still think you can win?
There's always a
I
chance.
know I can. Pinkie might not be the partner I expected, but I can coach her along. And besides, I'm pretty good at this game. If she misses a few, I'm sure I can pick up the slack. Let's get this party started!
She's not giving you much to be hopeful for.
Now, the first order of business is we need some pony to keep score.
I'll do it!
Very kind of you, kiddo.
I'm not sure you want to take that job, Spike. The scorekeeping could get a mite intense.
Yeah, Starlight used to do it, but now, well, I can't even say the word trivia around her.
Poor Glimmy.
Careful, Bash. Don't let them scare you. You'll be fine. Now, let the games begin.
Game on, every pony.
Get ready to get squished! Hey, don't copy me!
You stop it first.
The first category is literary figures.
Right up a bookworm's alley.
Category about books. We're off to a great start.
Aww.
Who is the pony that despises the holiday season in the old classic A Hearthwarming Tale?
Snowfall Frost.
The answer is no pony, because every pony ends up loving the holiday with singing, festive cakes, and thoughtful presents.
Well, technically you're not wrong, but it's not the answer they were looking for, Pinks. You're being a little too overeager, and it's not giving Twilight any less reason to worry about being partnered with you. You should let her answer this one.
Well, as much as that ain't exactly wrong, it ain't exactly right neither.
Sorry, Pinkie. Starting off in the negatives.
Doing my job.
Not good.
Sorry, I didn't know we could have negative points.
Well,
It's
now
fine,
you do.
But maybe it'll help our chances if I coach you as we go. Tip 1, try sitting still. Can do, Coach Twy. And don't get distracted or be distracting. Oh, and remember to listen carefully. Also, it's best to keep quiet between questions. Got it.
Doesn't feel very fun anymore, does it?
Sitting still, sitting still, sitting
Which
still.
topographical locale used to be a cavern, but after thousands of years of erosion is now a gorge?
Pinkie, what?
Your fidgeting is just as
The
distracting,
answer is
Pinks.
The Ghastly Gorge.
That is 100% correct!
Every pony else is doing really well.
Is apples.
Well, well.
I didn't hear you complain when the category was Wonderbolt history.
But that's totally different.
Sure it is.
Remember, the category is apples. Keep your mind on apples.
Nothing but apples.
Apples. Ooh, and oranges, and grapes, and strawberries. Strawberry cupcakes! I'm hungry.
Should have seen that coming, Twy.
Apple only blooms for 5 days.
Don't joke.
Hey, no
Now,
interference.
Joke on a question about apples. What was the question again?
You kidding me?
Nice going, Dash.
Come on, Pinkie, you know this one. Mysterious apples, only around for 5 days.
She might have had it if her belly had cooperated.
I'm just guessing, but is it Zap apples?
Good job, Flutters.
Yes, Fluttershy, it is. Or at least some pony here knows their apples.
I've heard people have been joking about Jackie being disowned over this. To all of those people, I say, not funny. It wasn't even her fault. It was Rainbow's for distracting her. That should be grounds for disqualification.
Yeah!
Watch it, Bulk. Got two things to soothe now. Twy and your
1
tummy.
minute left in the refreshment/bathroom break.
Spike! I don't think I can coach Pinkie well enough for us to get my three-peat. I don't want her to feel bad. She's trying so hard, but I might have to start answering everything myself.
Now there's at least one point in Twy's favor in the midst of all this mania. She's still desperate to win, but she doesn't want to hurt Pinkie's feelings. Granted, she still does, but it's nice to hear some level of consideration.
Look, Twilight! No more belly growl interruptions for Team Twi-Pie!
If Pinkie had her own unique model, instead of having a shared one like most ponies, I imagine her as being about as plump as this. That's my fatty pie.
Maybe instead of focusing on Pinkie, you should just focus on how you're playing.
Or
Right.
I should look at how every pony else is playing.
Not right.
Hope you're all in your seats, cause the break is over, and it is time for more questions. Let me see. How do you say reward in Old Ponyish?
Did she actually know that?
Reward in Old Ponish is hit.
Trust Sunburst to get that one.
Sleeping!
We can see that.
Sunburst's partner is sleeping, and according to Rule 57.6, sleeping at the table is subject to a disqualification.
That smug enunciation.
Well, looky here. That's an actual rule. Cranky is disqualified. I'm sorry, Sunburst. Without your teammate, you can't play neither.
Sorry, Sunburst.
But I'm counting that as a correct answer.
Nice going, Cranky.
5 minutes.
Don't worry, Pinkie, we're not out of this game yet.
You mean you're not out of this game yet?
Is the answer carrot? Rule 13.2, no help from pets.
She kinda has a point there.
Rule 72.8, no sticking tongues out at opponents.
Childish and unsporting. You're not gonna intimidate them, Twy.
Motion to establish new rule, no expressionless contestants.
Motion denied.
Try.
Fine.
While you did point out some legitimate rules that ought to be followed, Twy, the fact that you're focusing more on that than just playing the game isn't painting you in a good light. Trying to win by getting the competition penalized for every little nitpicky thing is not the way to go. Not to mention, Pinkie's clearly not having fun anymore, nor, I suspect, is any pony else.
The next category is cupcakes.
A perfect Pinkie category.
I know all about those. You have to let me help. Sure. Just when we're finally back in the game. Why, that sounds perfect, Pinkie, but... Ooh, isn't that a confetti appreciation parade I see? Where?
Now that was a dirty trick, Twilight. You know Pinkie's an expert at baking, and yet you still don't trust her. I hate to say it, but you're not acting like someone who deserves to win.
What flavor cupcakes did Princess Celestia order for Princess Luna's surprise birthday party last year?
Wait, what? Double midnight chocolate fudge with chili pepper frosting.
Luna likes it spicy.
Hey, I knew that. I made those cupcakes.
Way to trust your
Pinkie,
friend.
but you were looking at the parade, and I didn't want our team to miss out on the point. Guess that makes sense, but why did the confetti parade go anyway?
You didn't deserve to be tricked like that, Pinks.
1547 Pony B.
And now she's not even giving her the chance.
Kitty Pox! Bananas!
Twilynanas, you mean?
The category is sticks and stones.
Will break your bones, but a friend's scorn hurts worse.
That's not any kind of category.
Technically, it's a kind of category where we know the answers and you don't.
Nice burn, Mudbriar.
Don't worry, fellow Twi-Pie. I grew up on a rock farm. I'm sure I know some of these.
Listen to her, Twi.
What kind of stone can be used to start a fire?
The black one!
The answer is flint.
Yeah, that one! We both get points, right?
Sorry,
Doesn't
Pinkie.
work that way,
Rule
Pinks.
4. Answers must be specific and exact. I'd help you if I could. I know this category pretty well.
I'm sure you do, Sunburst.
Gee, Pinkie, I forgot the name of that famous rock in Griffinstone. Could you ask Maud? You
Oh
got it.
no.
Hey, Maud! What's the name of the famous rock in Griffinstone?
Pinkie, you can't ask me that.
Sure I can. I just did.
Oh, Twilight, what have you done?
What? You can't go and ask another player about rocks when that's the category. It's in the rule book somewhere. Sorry, Pinkie, but you're disqualified.
But it's not her fault. Twilight, no game is worth what you've been putting Pinkie through, good trivia partner or not. You've let this game corrupt your senses, and I'm disappointed in how you've been behaving. You're better than this, and that's what makes it hurt all the more.
I can't believe I'm disqualified.
I know someone who
I'm
can
sorry,
believe
Pinkie.
it.
I guess I forgot about that rule. Oh no! If I'm out, you don't have a partner. You won't be able to get your third win.
She's thought of that.
Says another player who has also had his teammate disqualified.
Rule 19.7b, whereby players whose teammates were disqualified may form a new team.
How lucky.
Oh, okay. I'll just cheer you on from over there.
Aw, Pinkie. How sadly symbolic.
Is ancient legends.
Something
Oh,
they
we're gonna
both
crush
know.
this round.
Yeah, I don't know, Twilight. You seem out of the zone today. But don't worry, I can pick up the slack.
What?
He's got a
I am
point,
the
Twi.
reigning trot
You look a
champ. If
mess.
there's any slack that needs picking, I'll be the up. I mean, wait.
I'm just
Can
saying,
you even
seem
ponish?
a little frazzled, and I do have a correct answer percentage to maintain.
He's got you there.
You travel to Equestria from a distant land, seeking to steal the magic from its pony inhabitants.
Tirek and Scorpan.
Thank you, Lord Tirek.
Technically, that answer is incomplete. The answer is Lord Tirek and Scorpan.
Thank you,
Trying to
Mudbriar.
convince Tyrek not to do it, so technically he wasn't part of it, even if it started out.
Oh, semantics. Doesn't feel so good, does it? You did this to yourself,
I realize I
Twy.
may have been a little off earlier, but I'm really good at this game.
How many holes are there in Daring Do's hat?
Quibble would know this.
20! Correct!
Of course she'd get it.
Twilight, I knew that one. You just cost us a point and the correct answer I needed to boost my percentage.
Well, I knew it too. You're not the only pony to ever read a book, you know.
Does this feel
Right,
familiar,
Twilight.
Twy?
Sorry, but now that I think about it, I'm not so sure about Dash's answer. Could you do a quick fact check?
Oh, I know
Uh-oh.
it's 20, but if you want proof... Wait, according to Rule 18.3, I can't check outside reference material.
Sneaky,
Are you trying to
sneaky.
get me disqualified? What kind of pony would do that to their own teammate?
I don't know, Twilight. You tell me. What kind of pony would do that to their teammate?
You're right,
Now
Twilight.
you get
I
it.
don't know what got into me. I was so focused on my correct answers, I wasn't thinking straight. Can you forgive me?
It's
I can
okay,
forgive
Forrest.
both of
I
you.
understand. And I have a teammate of my own to apologize to.
Atta
Lucky for you,
girl.
Cranky's awake, and according to Rule 57.6b,
Players previously disqualified for sleeping may rejoin the game, provided they're well rested.
How lucky is that?
Where am I? What time is it? Where are my morning hay cakes?
Oh, Cranky.
Pinkie, you were the best teammate I could ask for. But I let wanting to win keep me from seeing that.
Yeah, you
I
did.
really wanted to win, but I probably could have helped a little. And even if I couldn't.
We still could have had fun. I'm so sorry for not realizing it. I got so obsessed with one thing, I forgot what really mattered.
No, that doesn't sound like you at all.
Well, to be fair, most of the time when that happened, it was out of good intentions, if a bit misguided, like what happened with Queen Novo's Pearl, running the school the EEA way at first, and trying to keep Celestia in her one's-versary play. It's just that in this instance, it was a little more selfish than those times. At least Pinkie knows you're better than this, Twy, and she's already forgiven you, I know. And, if it's any consolation, you're not the first or the only one who temporarily lost sight of what mattered.
Well, win or lose, nothing is more important than my friend. Or my team. Twy Pie forever?
Aww.
No.
I understand. I guess even the Princess of Friendship can mess things up with her friends.
Oh, it's not that. It's just that I already changed it to Team Twyburst, and now I guess I should change it to Sundoodle?
See, she's already forgiven
I have
you.
a better idea. According to Rule 13.2, players can join the game at any time, provided they start from 0.
Wow.
Very big of you,
Rules
Twy.
are really convoluted. But doesn't starting from 0 mean we'll lose?
Well,
Maybe,
our chances aren't
but who
great.
cares?
The odds of having fun on Team Twy Pie are 100%.
Daw.
What is the name of the Ponyville Day Spa's most popular candle?
Rarity would know that.
It's Library Musk. No.
Ah, well. Sorry, Derpy. Well now, this was a wild episode. And not just for the chart-breaking amount of meme faces, which I wasn't even going to bother tallying. Like the last episode, this one might induce mixed reactions, depending on who you ask and what you focus on. But, also like the last one, taking another look and looking a little deeper mitigates it to a degree. Kudos to Brittany Jo Flores, as well as to Tara Strong, Andrea Libman, Tabitha St. Germain, Kathy Wesluck, Ian Hanlon, Ashley Ball, Ingrid Nilsson, Adam Kirshner, Richard Newman, and Michael Dobson. Who doesn't love a good trivia game? Well, the ponies of Ponyville sure do, which is why they have Trivia Trot, where they can test their knowledge in a variety of categories, and with numerous rules and regulations, both convenient and inconvenient. It draws in quite the selection of contestants, too, like Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Fluttershy, Bulk Biceps, Sunburst, Cranky Doodle Donkey, Matilda, Dr. Hooves, and of course, Twilight Sparkle, all superintended by Granny Smith. Twice won 2 consecutive trots in a row, and is aiming to secure a third. Spike's already had to deal with her overeager preparations, but at least her, twilighting is for something she can be happy about for a change. Unfortunately, everything comes undone when Pinkie Pie, who's never attended a trivia trot before, decides to enter, and she gets paired with Twilight. Twilight had meticulously calculated the possibility of being paired up with any of the regulars, but never accounted for the prospect of a newcomer, which was kind of a mistake on her part, for someone who tries to account for everything. Spike, once again being the sensible one, tries to convince her not to worry too much over a game, considering her other accomplishments, but Twilight refuses to listen. She tries coaching Pinkie as they go along, but the latter, being unversed in how the game goes, doesn't make things easy by buzzing in with a wrong answer and being distracting. While it is sweet that she just wants to have a good time playing a game with one of her best friends, it would have helped if she had a better understanding of how the game works, so Twilight would have less reason to worry, and less reason to act out in the way she does. Once again ignoring Spike's advice to just focus on how she plays, Twilight decides to try and gain a lead by pointing out rule infractions made by other teams to deduct points from them, or, in Sunburst and Cranky's case, get them disqualified. When whistleblowing stops working, she starts outright refusing to let Pinkie even attempt to buzz in, growing more manic and frazzled as she tries to make up for lost time, all while hurting and isolating poor Pinkie. Wanting to win is no excuse for such behavior. What they should have done is what Timmy and AJ did in the Fairly OddParents episode Smarty Pants. One of them giving the answers, and the other having the quick reflexes to buzz in. That way, they both feel involved. Twilight goes further than that, though. She tricks Pinkie into disqualifying herself, just so she can reinstate Sunburst as her partner, breaking poor Pinkie's heart. This backfires spectacularly for Twilight, however, as Sunburst, who wants to maintain his correct answer percentage, thinks Twilight looks too frazzled to think straight, and starts commandeering the bell, giving Twilight a taste of her own medicine. What's interesting here, though, is that it doesn't seem like Sunburst was intentionally trying to scorn Twilight, but was too caught up in maintaining a record himself, showing Twilight how she herself was behaving, without him meaning to. Seems she's not the only one who takes this game seriously. This comes to a head when Sunburst tries to get Twilight disqualified, and when she calls him out on it, she finally realizes how she had treated Pinkie. She has Sunburst and Cranky put back in as a team, and goes to apologize to Pinkie, now seeing that her desire to win clouded her judgment, and prevented the two of them from having the fun they could have been. Now, this is something my friend and I were discussing when we were talking about this episode. Pinkie takes a moment to snark at Twilight about how it's so unlike her to forget what really matters in the heat of an obsession. And while she's not exactly wrong, this is kind of an exceptional case. Twilight has made some questionable choices in the past, believing it's the only way things can be done, while forgetting more rational and reasonable solutions in the heat of her disordered state of mind. Stuff like what happened with Queen Novo's Pearl, running the school the EEA way at first, the One's Versary play, etc. The difference here is that in those instances, Twilight was acting out of good intentions, even if they were misguided. She thought she was acting for the best for everyone, and just didn't consider a different way to go about it, or else didn't think it would work. Here, it comes across as more petty and selfish, as she was trying to win a trivia game, and she was taking it way too seriously. But on the other hand, she's not alone in this clouding of better judgment. All the main 7 have had moments like this, some more often than others, either out of good intentions, or for trivial matters, acting beyond what one would deem common sense. Moments like the Keys of Harmony episodes in Season 4, Inspiration Manifestation for Spike, and every little thing she does for Starlight. Just name a couple examples. No one's exempt from making an error in judgment, depending on the circumstances or what they value most. It doesn't necessarily mean that's a step back in character growth, just that no one is above making mistakes. Heck, Sunburst almost got Twilight disqualified with similar methods to hers, and if he hadn't, she might not have realized how she'd behaved. It doesn't make what Twilight did in this one right, though. She shouldn't have been so focused on winning that she neglected having a good time with her friend. No record or win streak is worth hurting someone who cares about you, and who you care about. In any event, the two make amends and rejoin the game, though according to the rules, they have to start from 0 to do so. They may not have much of a chance of winning now, but at least they can have fun together, which is all that matters. So, while it is a shame to have 2 divisive episodes in a row, like the last one, it becomes a bit less frustrating after looking a little deeper and considering other perspectives. Not the best, not the worst. Until next time, see ya!